All right, welcome to the finals match of the Crystal Cup. I am Fancy Wolf here with my super awesome co-caster.
I am Dan Dare, and it is awesome to be here. It's awesome to be able to say finals. It's a best of three series between these two teams.
Yes, and the chat bans were, of course, in Italy because she is globally banned. The second chat ban was Leona, and the final chat ban was Fizz. So Leona getting taken out, being that strongest tank in Dominion, and nobody wants to mess with that. And looking at the other bands coming out, we got Braum, again, another really strong tank in Dominion. Being able to build full defense is very scary and hard to deal with. So getting him off the table, Jarvan, one of the best bruisers, got to get him out of here as well.
And Talon being taken out. Talon, one of the great AD assassins. He also makes appearances in bottom lane from time to time and is just brutal against the right matchups.
Yep, and then Zyra being banned out as well, being one of the best mages on the map. She has amazing zoning potential. It is incredibly hard to win that initial windmill fight, albeit take any point with a Zyra hanging around. And once she dies near a point, it's still hard to take the point because she can just sit there and wait with her passive and stop you from channeling or trying to cap the point to begin with. So very good bans there. And Janna coming out, definitely don't want Mad Supportal to have that Janna. Maokai being taken out, really strong team fighter. Ultimate can keep his team safe from a lot of burst from AP or just AD in general. And looks like we're going to have a Vi picked up for Clueless.
And Vi repeating appearances here in the Azubu Crystal Scar Cup today.
Yeah, she's been picked up quite a bit. She is still one of the strongest bruisers on Dominion, next to Jarvan, next to Pantheon, who is actually still open, and I'm surprised that we have not seen him be played at all. It's probably because Sauron isn't here, and Sauron is one of the main better Pantheon players. But we are also going to see Darius picked up, and we saw how that went last game. It went very well, and Acoustic Ninja is going to be playing Kayle. This guy has a very scary Kayle. I have seen him run a 5 Zeal Kayle and still destroy games with it. Acoustic just being a very good player in general, being able to build 5 Zeals on Kayle and do good with it was a very scary experience.
He's one of the reasons why I started playing Kayle. Actually, I just happened to cast a game that he was in where he ran the show late game, and I'm like, wow, I want to do that at least once ever. And that's how I got into playing that champion. We're seeing a Brandon Urgot being highlighted here. We could be seeing another repeat of Half-Hearted Urgot top. Urgot being locked in, so likelihood of that just jumped up quite a bit. And
Yes,
we're going to
indeed.
see Brand as well, though.
And Haith, he's very well known for his brand as well as his Urgot, so I'm not quite sure how we're going to be swapping around champs unless High Peoples has some crazy, mysterious plan that I haven't seen yet.
Let's do a little roll call real quick for people that have not been here in the Dominion community before and seen any of the competition for this game mode. XX Desire 69XX is Acoustic Ninja. The players have had some name changes over the years. Peoples the God is High Peoples. He's also gone by Emperor High Peoples, Victorious High Peoples, other things like that. And we also have Mad Supportal, who originally played under Zemike.
And Zemike being the best support player in Dominion, he's actually going to be picking up the Morgana once more, and we did have a roster swap. We have the God himself in the game now. So we'll see how that rocks for their team. He's going to be playing that Karma. That Karma is going to be very scary. So we'll see how that goes. And then Wolfer, I'm curious who's going to pick. His Fizz was banned, so he doesn't have that for bot lane. Diana.
Ooh, we haven't seen some good die play in a while. I'd actually really like that.
Very long time. So we'll see if that's really what he wants to go for. He is going to be against Snide bot lane, which is a very tough matchup. So we'll see how he handles it.
We are waiting on one more highlight to
Come
have
on,
something we
High
can
Peoples.
speculate on.
High Peoples plays a large number. Oh,
Oh.
so throw everything out the window. That cow. No, never mind. A Parkhurst is on the team. It'll probably be a Parkhurst playing the cow. I was gonna say, Popples is going
Ooh.
to play an AP cow bot lane, and Wolfer bringing out the Hecarim bot. Oh man, I have seen this once,
I'm
and
so excited for this game now.
it was against Sam, the 3v3 GG player. You know, the guy who plays with Treeline, one of the best Treeline players of all. It was against his Riven. Wolfer brought out the Hecarim, and he managed to stall out the lane, even kill him a few times, and it was some fantastic play. And then I never got to see it again because it was always banned. So it'll be very, very interesting. I'm believing a Parkhurst is going to be playing the cow because he's a very good cow player, and then High Peoples or Peoples the God will be playing the brand.
And then
And
BB and Hafe are going to switch, right?
yes, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Havehearted will be playing that Urgot. Other than that, it seems like Killing Dominion pretty much picked what each player is going to be playing. Because Snide is going to be playing that Misfortune bot lane, which is good. Because does she still have Grievous on her kit? Because I remember she just recently got reworked. And I don't 100%.
Yeah, it's on Impure Shots.
Okay, it is still on Impure Shots then.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she does have that Impure Shots. That's going to hurt Hecarim a lot in the bot lane. So we'll see how he manages to deal with that. He's also bringing heal, which he might want to switch off of. But we'll see.
Yeah,
Alright.
when Peoples hit that Alistar, I had that flashback to like that like 22-3 Alistar bottom lane game he did once. It was just the end of the world.
Yeah, it was he. A lot of people don't know the power of AP Alistair bot lane, and because of AP Alistair bot lane being such a strong pick, you very rarely see it because a lot of people don't really know how to play it. But when you do see it, it's something that just scares you, and it is very hard to deal with. I do remember that game where he went like 22-0 with the AP Alistair bot lane.
We are in the spectator delay now, and once again we are going to be seeing Snide Sentinel running that cleanse, which has been proven useful for him in a couple of games prior to this one. We're going to see the return of Clairvoyance on High Peoples. He really seems to value that vision for his team.
Yeah, he's a very big fan of taking that Clairvoyance. He is
And
a
they didn't
shot caller.
switch.
Oh, they didn't. That is
No.
interesting.
Parky has Brand.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Parkhurst has a brand I was not aware of.
I
But
didn't know that he played that champion.
High Peoples is a very, very smart guy when it comes to shot calling, when it comes to just guiding his team and telling them what to do. And he's very, very tactical in the sense of he always knows what the enemy team is going to be planning and where they're going to be. So he brings along that clairvoyance to either confirm or deny his placements. If he says, I think the enemy team is going to be at the Windmill Speed Shrine, he drops the clairvoyance around that area. If they are there, then he called it right. They can position how they need to. If they're not, then they're probably ganking bot lane and they need to react to that. So missing a clairvoyance is still a good thing if you know how to interpret the information being given to you.
Yes, because seeing that they're not somewhere means
They're somewhere else.
Process of elimination. They're in one of these other, probably one or only two places. There's general points on the map that people tend to hang out at, and as long as you can CV the right areas, it's really easy to draw conclusions from it.
Yes. So it's a very strong spell. There was a period of time I remember back when Pays Evelyn's child support was around, where you would see a CV on both teams every single game.
Mm-hmm.
But that kind of died out very quickly because people stopped knowing how to use it properly, in the sense of they didn't know when or how to use it effectively. Because a lot of the people who used it and knew how to use that information properly were kind of got bored with Dominion and took off for a while. So
Yeah, we've
it's
had a
good to
few
see that.
retirements.
Yeah, few
over the
retirements.
years. So I'm really Hecarim bottom lane. Fancy Wolf and I are both really excited to see that. It's something that we don't see very commonly at all. Hecarim he's just outright hard to kill, and he can pursue his enemies very very well.
Yeah, he's also not generally considered that strong of a champion on the map to begin with because he is so item dependent and Dominion scales so heavily with gold. So, or with levels, excuse me, not gold. So you level up a lot faster in Dominion. Hence why you see people buying a lot more pen, buying a lot more, um, Last Whispers as a second item instead of later, because your bases are going to be doing a lot more of your damage as opposed to your AD ratios. So we are getting into the loading screen here. Trying to see why the loading screen is not loading up for our stream chat. There we go. Perfect. And this is going to be the finals match of the Azubu Crystal Cup. And on the top team here, we are going to have Clueless and is going to be half-hearted on Urgot, Parkhurst on Brand, BB Pop on Vi, Woofer bot lane on Hecarim, and Popples the God on Alistair. And I am Fancy Wolf, one of your casters for today, and casting with me and here to introduce the other team is...
I am Gander, and on Killing Dominion's team, we have Forgot the Icing playing as Darius, Desire69 playing as Kale, the god himself playing as Karma, Mad Supportal, also known as Zemike, playing as Morgana, and Snide Sentinel playing as Misfortune.
Oh man, and as we were talking in Champ Select, that bot lane is going to be a very, very, very interesting matchup. I'm excited to see what is going to come out from that bot. We never got to see the Hecarim after the initial game it was played, so back in our older tournaments. So I'm very excited to see how it turns out this time.
We'll keep an eye on it, viewers, as best we can, so you can get a sense of what he's leveling up when, what the build looks like, things like that.
Alright, so I'm going to make some name tags really quick for everyone.
And looks like Kale... What? It's an interesting thing to have in an inventory. Looking at a Spell Thief's Edge. Could just be a resell to give us casters something to talk about and then not have to talk about. Also seeing a Codex first on Karma. Tier Urgot, that's something that we see pretty commonly.
Yep, we got the tier Urgot. Oh, Frostfang. So Frostfang, or Spell Thief, or building up into Frost Queen's Claim, is something that a lot of players have been kind of back and forth about in the community, because on champions with a lot of poke, or champions that mainly focus on like dealing quick poke damage, it can actually accumulate quite a bit of gold incredibly fast. I know High Peoples really likes to get it on his AP Ezreal, because he can sit back and just spam Q all day and W, and he gets all the procs really, really fast, and he gets quite a bit of extra gold out of it too. So normally you don't see these gold generation items pop up too much on Summoner's Rift, or in Dominion, but in this case, they have been.
Both teams now heading up towards the upper portion of the map. Looks like Kale and Darius went for the double cap there. Teeny bit of extra money for the team when you do that.
Yeah, spreading out the gold. Normally it's 100. When you have two people capping, it lowers it down to 75 each. Oh, that damage coming out that Urgot E is on Karma. He's going to take a few Qs, and that is going to hurt.
And Kale's Reckoning about to wear off. This will be a few seconds before hitting that again. Thankfully, it has such a long duration that... Ooh, Alistar!
Going in as hard as he can, and then Vi is there to follow up and get the damage down. Eats an exhaust, but will flash out. Oh, and Popples is going to get binded with a little bit of extra damage, and it looks like... I think Killing Dominion is going to be taking this one.
They have taken control of the windmill.
Very nicely done. And you notice this is probably the highest caliber game we've seen in a very long time. No one actually died in that engagement. It was very well played by both teams. They backed out when they needed to. And And like, I'm really surprised no one actually went down in that.
No, that's actually really interesting.
And Woofer going to be taking some poke, realizing just how hard it is to get his health back with Misfortune. Slightly missing that health relic there. I hope he noticed that and doesn't try to go in.
Yeah, I feel like they actually changed the hitboxes ever so slightly on them.
They might have refined them just a little bit.
Like, they
That
might
would
be
worry
more
me if
narrowed
they
to
did.
match the model. Because before it used to just, like, stand next to it and get it. Forgot the icing getting tangled up.
Oh,
Going to be
Battery got
taken
auto
down.
attack, going across. Meanwhile, BB Pop and Acoustic are going to have a little bit of a fight here. And it looks like they're just going to back off from each other. And they're going to try and reach their teammates up at the top and keep this fight going. Very nice damage coming out from that brand, landing that pillar. And the Urgot poke, shooting missiles right across there.
Brand is really good at forcing position from enemies because Pyroclasm forces them to spread out away from each other.
Oh, yep, and that Vi coming in, cleaning up Matt's portal. Very nicely done. And it looks like KDS is going to have to back off.
They are going to take control of the windmill here. Nexus Health pretty close to each other.
Yeah,
staying pretty even so far.
I'm expecting a pretty even game for most of it, going back and forth, having good positioning. And you notice there's only been like 2 kills. I'm very impressed that there aren't more like just hardcore skirmishes going out all over the place.
A lot of really conservative play.
Yeah, as you can see, BB Pop could have gone in on that, but did not want to without his team in position to follow up. But Woofer coming from the bot lane, he was here. He was ready to go into that fight. He thought everyone was going in as well. We are actually going to have a 5v5. Welcome to High Level Dominion, ladies and gentlemen. This is how we team fight.
Hecarim dives into the fight. Misfortune with a pretty good angle in the back, able to tag a few people with her ultimate there. Woofer is going to fall. Darius following shortly thereafter, along with Vi. God himself hanging out the outside of the fight. Supportal getting back into the mix of things here with the revive there. And is going to pick up peoples with the Dark Binding. Parkhurst, last one alive, being chased out of the fight. Vi, the only one on her way back up to top, is not going to be able to 1v4 solo D that. So Vi Vi might make an appearance here, but I don't know how I feel about this. No.
That is a very scary fight.
Changing their mind at the last second, Vi turns around and dashes the opposite direction. Bottom point has gone neutral and is going to stay neutral as long as Snide Sentinel is present there.
Yeah, but it looks like we've got the gang squad on their way, half-hearted shooting a missile over the wall there, kind of giving himself away while trying to charge that tier up. But it is okay because BB Pop is down here as well. Are they going to be able to finish him off in time? Yes, they will. So they're going to reclaim this bot lane point, which is also the quest. So it's a good thing they did not lose that, or else they would have given the enemy team 20 Nexus health, or rather they would have lost 20 Nexus health and given the enemy team a 10% damage boost.
God himself moving up, has the snare dropped on Parkhurst. Parkhurst is going to go down to Kale's damage there. The rest of the team grouped up in the bushes. We have Wolfer coming up from the bottom. Snide Sentinel's dead, and Wolfer is going to go ahead and recall now that Brand is there.
Yeah, so Wolfer going B, probably going to look for another big team fight here. Oh, High Peoples was getting the relic, but just said, nah, I don't want the relic. I'm going in for this Darius. And
great combo.
Out. Very nicely done.
Ooh, Snide Sentinel up from the bottom. Could see another 5v5 mix-up. Oh, Alistar! Alistar kicking Mad Supportal into the rest of the team. Almost got a full stun off on everyone.
Oh man, that was a little dangerous there. He is very close to going down here. Wolfer tried to get up in time, but just could not do anything with this fight. It seems like he is going to try and go in and help out Hafe. He is going to try to get something done, but... Oh. How much HP do you have, Hafe? I think
12.
He was down, yeah, to 12 HP. That was incredibly scary. Wolfer going in, giving his life for the greater good. Hafe able to escape from it, but it's okay. He's got revive. He's coming back out into this bot lane, ready to cause some havoc.
Things not looking so great for Clueless so far in this game, as Killing Dominion has been pretty much in charge of things. Whoa, Wolfer actually using the ultimate to get distance there.
Yeah,
that's
playing ult to get out. That's
2 minutes on that. That's not a position you want to be in when you have to use something with such a long cooldown to be able to escape.
And this Karma is just going to chill here and throw some Qs out. She's throwing that tether down to get vision, and here comes the Mantra Q. Yep.
Oh, Wolfer is going to get sniped out.
That is going to be a Ripperino Wolf.
All right, bottom point is going to be captured there. And still a 3-cap situation in favor of Killing Dominion. Clueless is down Nexus Health, which is not something we normally get to say about that team.
Yeah, Clueless is getting out-rotated incredibly hard right now. They try to get their pressure going top, and as soon as they get their pressure going top, Killing Dominion is switching it into bot lane and applying pressure there, and they're not reacting to it quite properly. They need to be able to read it and get in on the fight before, and oh no, this is a 3v4 right now. They do not have their Urgot with them. They need to wait.
They're just sending down to the bottom of the map to try and get in range of their allies, and they are able to group up. Kale breaking off for the windmill. Someone's going to have to break off for that. Parkhurst is the one that's closest to able to do it, but he's going to come down and get involved in this team fight here instead.
Oh man, very nicely done, and oh geez, BB going in hard on that Karma, trying to get him down, but Karma is a little too fast with that shield and the spooky ghosts. Very, very strong item for APs right now.
BB's Vi there had nowhere to go. Kind of did a little spin in a circle, looking for a place to dash, and did not find one. A couple of good bounces on a Pyroclasm. God himself was going to go down. Snide something to be picked up shortly thereafter, but Kale had taken the windmill wall that was going on. They had a Parkhurst come down into the team fight. Kale was freely able to move up and capture that. This point is not quite. No!
Pulled down. Oh, Wolfer's got to be mad about that. Now he needs someone to come down here and give him a quick hand. So, looks like Parkhurst will be down here. He did manage to get it. Mad Support will miss his timing a little bit there. So, very nicely done.
And Clueless down below the 250 mark now. Killing Dominion is up in this first game of this best-of-3 series. Urgot going for the relic in the center of the map, and not quite able to get it.
That Urgot damage. He did just miss that E, so he's going to want to wait a little bit for engaging and going in, but Popple says, no, if we're going in right now, this is happening. He needs to be a little careful about there. He's going to take a lot of damage. Wolfer is not in this fight, and this is a 5v4 right now. Wolfer is trying to push bot as hard as he can.
But, Parkhurst. Your health is dangerously cheesy. He's going to be able to recall back.
Get out. Popple's trying to escape, running away as fast as he can, but he is probably going to go down at this point here. And BB Pop, whoa, coming in from the back. That quick tether flash from Mad Supportal, very nicely done, able to get away from BB Pop, and he is probably going to go down. And that Mantra Q...
Oh, Apprehend. Apprehend makes you feel bad after you escape with a dash like that. And Wolfer able to pick up a kill against Snide Sentinel now.
Did manage to finish him off. Very nicely done.
Snide Sentinel come back with the revive for maybe the revenge kill here.
Oh, and Hafe getting super caught out. There was nowhere else for you to go right there, friend.
Forgot the icing. What is about to happen to you? Darius caught in an unfortunate... Oh, you kicked him out of the seer!
Oh, Popples, what are you doing? Oh, no, almost. Okay, he got it.
Okay, they did get him. That was a chase that they didn't need to get into because look how far away they were. They enabled Karma and Morgan to get a more aggressive position in. But with a 3v2, they're in great shape to take this anyway.
And Karma's just going to be able to walk away from that. She's got her shield. She's got those spooky ghosts. Such a powerful item right now.
There's a stun. That's what a stun can do for you. Kale dropping the invincible on Forgot the icing there. And Darius is going to be taken down. Half-Hard showing up at the fight may be what they need to sweep things up here.
And Wolfer bit off a little bit more than he could chew in the bot lane. Thought he still had the advantage over Snide, but getting a little ripped apart there.
Kale having just recalled. I swear you can hear that all the way across the map.
Yeah, I think you can hear it everywhere.
It looks like Snide Sentinel may become the victim here in a moment. Oh,
maybe trying to land
connect.
the punch, but mis-microed it. But they will be able to take him down, almost getting taken out in the process. So he's going to go B as fast as he can to heal up and get ready for that top fight while Wolfer pushes this bot lane. Snide does have a revive if he needs to pop it to stop that push. But there is also a Darius down here as well.
They now have control of the windmill once again. Stopping their clock at 196 Nexus health. They have quite a bit of ground to cover in order to bring themselves back into this game.
Yeah, but one good fight and one good punish could change the flow of it as we see them trying to gear up and get a good push here, applying that pressure. But they need to be careful. They're taking a lot of poke here. Baby Pop getting taken dangerously low. And Parker's just getting that stun off onto Kale and trying to get out of there. Throws the ultimate out, but is going to get taken down. Hafe as well going to get taken down again. The Misfortune roaming up top. Woofer not pressuring the bot hard enough. That Darius is just keeping him down there. Keeping him busy.
And Peoples' Alistar there wanted to finish off Kale, but was not able to do so. That's the one downside. They have a Nexus health deficit that against the enemy team that they need to recover, but with Kale being on the enemy team, you don't want to be in a late game position like that.
No, definitely not. You have the Kale, you have the Misfortune, you have two really strong champions that, as the game goes on, are going to get a lot scarier. Karma is going to get a lot more damage, and then she's going to become incredibly bulky, so she's going to be able to kite for days, and that poor Vi is just going to get torn apart. And then Mukau, you ain't going nowhere either. That is quite a lot of damage that's going to be hitting you.
At least the point was neutral, draws tension away from the top. They are going to be able to get that point back under their control. Still down quite a bit in Nexus health, but if any team can bring a game like this back, Clueless can do it.
Yeah, Clueless is very well known for their team play. I'm very curious. This Urgot should take off a lot harder than he has been. I feel like he's been getting caught out a little too much. Because I know Hafe is bad at getting caught out, but he needs to be sitting in the back and playing safe a little bit more so he can get out that damage from that Muramana, from that Last Whisper. And we are going to have a full 5v5 right now, and it looks like Brand is going to be the first to fall, followed by Vi. And then Darius is going to fall for killing Dominion. But the revives are coming out. Brand is here, ready to clean stuff up. Whooper is in the back line, cleaning things up on that Hecarim, trying to get stuff down. And I think that was a Hydra kill.
Yes, against
very
Kale
nicely
there.
done.
And after that mix-up, no one really has any way to gain map position. They're going to get the lower left point back. They're going to they're going to take the Boneyard there, but they won't be able to push out across the map. Neither team really has the people left alive for it. Although Kale coming back is closer to the windmill than anyone else is. I think Peoples is aware of this. You see him heading up towards the upper part of the map now. Is he going to stop for the Storm Shield though? Ooh, it's going to slow him down getting there. But
Popples is going to grab his Storm Shield.
Oh, he's turning around. They're heading down to the bottom. Looks like Snide Sentinel is the path of least resistance here.
Oh, they are just going full-on bot lane gank. Hardcore. So they do have, I think, 2 to 3 people up here right now in the top lane. They only have 2, so yes, they do have the numbers. Snide is going to pop that revive. He's going to try to get back down here as fast as he can. But the stun comes out. He is going to drop down. The Urgot is there.
Snide back again. 2 revives back to back.
2 revives stacked up. Oh my goodness. And then the MF ult is coming out. I don't know if Clueless was ready for this. They need to leave this fight immediately. That is all 5 of them down their bot, and no one is up there to stop that Kale pushing for mid.
Nope. And Snide Sentinel, it took him 3 lives, but he's going to get a quadra kill against Clueless.
It out. Power of Revive, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we used to bring it all the time.
Half hard up here with Peoples, searching for Kale.
Not going to be able to catch up to her with
BB's going to get the interception there.
Oh, and Morgana is going to go down to that brand passive. They might be able to clean up this fight. And I say might very lightly because there is a Misfortune coming into the back line right now.
Snide Sentinel coming in from the back. They immediately switch their attention over to Snide Sentinel's Misfortune, which is a great call for them to make. Parkhurst coming in now, shut down on Karma. Forgot the icing is going to fall. And Snide, actually, no revives left on Snide, so that his deaths are permanent now when they happen. They won't be able to just pop them back up. But the time it's taken them to pick off Kale took so long. And oh, Karma is saving Kale there. It was looking really good for them, but Kale was able to sustain up just enough, and Karma was able to show up at just the last moment. Nexus health ticking down. They are unfortunately in a somewhat desperate situation. They need to be able to get a hold of the windmill or another point. in order to stop the clock. But the window for that is closing. They've had people back at the Summoner platform, which wastes a lot of time that they need to spend crossing the map in order to get to one of these fights in the first place. Reinforcements are going to arrive much faster for killing Dominion. Here they are now. Kale and Morgana showing up at the top there. And the teams sort of being separated there. 3v2 into potentially another 3v2. No, not able to connect with BB Pop. Fight still going on. MF coming in from the back. A Parkhurst getting a trip back to the Summoner platform, courtesy of Snide Sentinel. Snide Sentinel turning around, pursuing Vi. No, he's just going to go for the cap instead, knowing that Vi is too weak to step up and try to stop him. And he is going to be able to get that neutral. Bottom part of the map left open means that Hecarim, played by Wolfer, is going to go for that. But Darius' presence there is going to keep that from happening.
Yeah, it's also kind of important to note that Kale and Karma both have a revive left, so they can play kind of risky right here in this end game, and they can still manage to come back and help win a fight. So Wolfer going to go in as hard as he can onto this Darius, and he is going to be able to finish.
Got him!
But meanwhile, back up top, oh, that Misfortune is ripping apart this Brand, but I think she's going to go down. That is a Vi jumping onto your face. And I think this might actually be the end of game one, though. And that timer is going to tick down.
It is, and that means that Killing Dominion is going to be up one game in this series going into game two.
Well, I am actually kind of shocked. I expected Clueless to bring it maybe just a little bit closer. I was not expecting them to get stomped that hard. I know Clueless, and I know a lot of their players personally, so I'm just kind of in shock that they got taken down so easily. But hopefully they think about their comp a little bit more here in this next game. It's a best of 3, so they got time to think about it. So let's look at these post-game stats here, and pretty... Well, I don't want to say pretty even across the death board, because Morgana, Karma, and Kale all sitting at very, very low deaths, so they're going to have a lot of less time spent dead. As for our damage dealt, Brandon Urgot sitting near the very, very top for Clueless. Meanwhile, on Killing Dominion, that Snide Sentinel, that Karma damage, though. Can we talk about that Karma damage? This is what AP Karma does. It is very scary. That is with a Wooglitz and Spooky Ghosts, and a Blasting One and Sword Boots. It's scary. And Kale, of course, with that team utility coming in and helping everyone else out. And we'll check our Graveyard Hero. And it was actually going to be Darius, who was dead the longest. And then Snide, considering those revives that he tried to save and stock up, it was dead the second longest. So, very nicely played. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will get into our finals match. So, we will be right back.